Hello, trash bags. Welcome to another episode of Bunny and the Beast, and welcome to a brand new studio. We are in Bunny's front room today because she's under house arrest and can't leave, so I've had to come visit her all the way in Wood Green today. Bunny Galore, hello, my dear, how are we?
Hello, darling. Yeah, I've not been in Wood Green since the 90s, and I think I now remember why. I've also not been up at this time of morning. We're aiming for 9 a.m, weren't we? But this is 9:30 now because it takes, apparently, a battle to get across London.
How do regular people get the tube at this time?
I have no idea.
It was completely
don't know.
homophobic this morning. Like, I had to let a couple of tubes go because I couldn't physically fit on them.
Yeah, I had literally 5 tubes I had to let go at London Bridge.
I pretend I'm a dainty little lady, but when I try to fit in, I don't fit, so I don't sit.
I heard you didn't fit very easily as well.
That's what it says on the bathroom wall.
Exactly. Tight access and, standing room only.
She does their exercises.
I'm super proud. Good morning. It feels like daytime television doing this at this time of morning.
I know. Do we have a runner?
Yeah. Let's not talk about running.
Yes, I've not seen you at this time of day.
No.
Ever.
Frightening, isn't it?
It's horrifying.
I'm more of a nighttime person. By the way, quite terrifying to see you out at this time of day as well. We're normally getting in at this time.
Yeah, really? You're not just seeing me, you're seeing me and the bags under my eyes. I feel like a massive raccoon right now.
I only realised this last week that the glasses kind of have been hiding a multitude of sins when it comes to bags under eyes.
Too many sins.
Well, yes, so as you're listening to this, we're recording it the day before, but this is the 23rd of November. More importantly, it is Doctor Who's birthday today. Happy 60th, Doctor Who. So that's it's going to be madness for the next few days with all the new Doctor Who coming up and classic Who as well.
If you're Doctor Who inclined.
if you watch
Just if you're Doctor
the
Who
greatest
inclined.
television programme of all time.
I've never seen it really.
Well, that's because you haven't got much common sense. So
I thought you were going to say not much taste.
No, and the weird bit, I was trying to figure this out the other day because those are people who were saying, "Are you going to do a Doctor Who episode?" I went, James has no idea what I'm talking about every time I talk about this programme.
I've seen one episode. One episode was the angel statues.
Great episode to start with. Do you remember which Doctor it was? David Tennant, maybe?
I think it must be David Tennant. Wait, do the angel statues come back again?
Yes, they're kind of the new recurring classic monster. A lot of the monsters that are really famous from the show are from the 60s and 70s and 80s.
Okay.
And they've come back in the new series, in the revival, which has been going 18 years. That's madness to me. It feels like about 4 weeks ago it started. Okay. But the probably the biggest new returning villains have been the Angel because there was such genius creations, really. They're terrifying.
They are terrifying. I think it must be David Tennant then, because I saw it on Netflix I saw it on Netflix like 4 or 5 years ago, so it must be.
It was on Netflix, wasn't it, for a while? I do remember it being on early Netflix, wasn't it? It's the one where, weirdly, the David Tennant episode, he's not in it very much. It was a Doctor, they call it a Doctor Light, because in the schedule, in the days of I don't know how Buffy used to do 22 episodes, but Doctor Who used to do 13.
Okay.
And it's quite a
struggle.
struggle.
And run out of villains.
No, just as in production, it's hard to do that.
Okay.
A year, it's a lot to shoot and have special effects on a certain. It's not like a movie. You're making 13 movies a year, basically. So yeah, it was a Dr. Light episode, and just by pure coincidence, it happened to be this amazing episode. But everyone, you watch the episode and you think, oh, he's in it, but actually he's only appearing on like a DVD extra that's kind of answering questions to the future. So he's left gaps in the recording, and then the girl's going, how can you hear me? Because someone's taken notes of what's happening, so it's kind of this loop going around.
Okay, but we could do a Doctor Who episode, but it would just be you talking, and actually, I'll be seen and not heard. What could be better?
Thank goodness for that. Anyway,
and last week you had your 70th birthday.
I did indeed. Oh, I really feel it today. Yes, it was. Well, I thought it was going to be a very demure one.
There's nothing demure with you. You're a drag queen.
Exactly. So I really thought, because I can't never decide, that's good in English. I can never decide what to do because it's very hard to herd people together for one day because everyone we know is scattered across this massive city.
Yeah.
And they're either doing shows, so they're not free in the evenings, or they're doing TV stuff, and so they're not free in the day.
And then they're too shattered to do anything in the evenings. Then they're up at 5 a.m. the next
Exactly,
day.
because they've got to be up if they're doing breakfast stuff. Yeah, so
Like us today.
like us today. Yes, exactly. I do not.
Welcome to this morning after.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, afters, yeah. I do not suit daytime at all. I don't think either of us would be allowed anywhere near daytime television ever in our careers.
Okay, speak for yourself. I could, you edit yourself on a daily basis. You could do daytime.
Yeah, that's it. I edit myself. You don't. That's why you would never be allowed.
That's why I
to.
couldn't, because I wouldn't be able to
You
stop
have
myself.
no media training whatsoever.
Well, not just media
As
training.
in self training, as in like.
Oh yeah, I just
don't
say
have-
what comes on my mind.
Exactly. That's why you can't be online because it's live. It's not like if it's a pre-record. Yes.
What?
Sure.
It's live?
Well, a lot of the daytime stuff is live, isn't it?
No.
Did you not know?
You learn something new every day, folks. Kidding, of course I knew it was live.
I'm just checking.
I'm a big fan of the morning live.
Oh God, yes. I think I've watched one episode of that because Owen was on it last year.
Oh yes, he was.
Bonky.
Yeah.
Piano.
I'm going to say I'm going to take credit for that actually ever happening. But yeah.
Did you?
Well, a lot of people have different tales to tell about this story of Owen and Katie Ramshaw getting on Morning Live. But I will die on the hill that I'm the one that planted the idea in Dr. Ranger's head, who then took it to the execs at Morning Live.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to die on this hill, and I'm probably going to get a text going, "You batch, it was my idea," but actually, no, it was mine.
No, that's fair enough. I think it's amazing what snowballs, isn't it? From like one suggestion, and then it seems to. I think when it is a good idea as well, then suddenly it feels like it should have happened all along. So
Right? Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yes, birthday. So I went to see Jinx Monsoon and Ben de la Creme at the Palladium.
How was that?
Amazing with Aidan and Roddy. But the show was, because I didn't realize it's their fifth Christmas special, sixth, I think. So they're not running out of ideas, but they were getting very clever with it. So it became, brace yourself. So the show was. The show it is them going, oh, we're not going to do a Christmas show. Let's go on holiday. VT of them arriving at a hotel. They walk in and they go, why the Christmas? What's going on? Why are we being offered eggnog? And the show has become sentient. So it's become in the plot of the show. So it's become like a bit like a Star Trek kind of plot line that the show that they're trying to escape. They've almost gone into a different universe where the show is controlling them. So, which is quite a lot if you're not used to.
Okay. So it's a full-on scripted show. It's not just like the Mary Mac 15-minute medley.
No. It's a full-on show. I think normally it's kind of pastiche. I'd only seen the TV version, so which was a pastiche on all those 60s, 70s TV specials. You know, like you'd get you see clips a lot on Instagram now of those things. So big spectacular in a studio type of, on a set at Christmas, probably filmed in July type of vibes. So that was a surprise. But I thought that was it. We're going to go to the theatre and then we're going to go home. No. I ended up going out for a drink with Aidan afterwards. Roddy went home, and that apparently was the toboggan to carnage, and ended up at Porn Idol at Heaven.
Taking your clothes off?
No. Much as Aidan was trying to talk me into that, and I was trying to
Aidan did
suggesting to him to do the same thing. But yes, I've forgotten how naked people get.
They get full on. They get everything.
I think I've only been there once on that night before. So I don't know. That was Pam Ann, I think, doing it then.
Oh really?
Not that long ago, by the way. It was only, I would say, in the last few years. But
I don't think there's enough money in the world that would make me want to do that.
you see, I would say 2 shots and you'll be doing it.
No. I know people that have done it.
Me too, yeah.
We all make choices.
Exactly. You just be very confident in yourself.
Yeah. Or
Because the lighting isn't great.
no, and everyone has a smartphone. That's there forever.
No, I felt very. I couldn't record any.
And was it like £100 they win or something? It's something pitiful.
The judges mark them, but it's marked them in money. So that's £25, and it's like, are you kidding?
That's so awful.
I know. I was a bit like, that was new. I don't know if that's new, or I've just kind
Oh
of.
my gosh.
Because surely you would. I think maybe it's the offer you could win up to £100, but it's like but perhaps people were doing it just terribly, so they had to like do some sort of system.
I know, but £100 to get
The
your
whole
bare
sentence-
bollocks out
Oh
on
my God.
stage.
Oh my God! Yeah, and it's not. Anyway, I'm not. I mean,
For Christmas, some people need some self-respect.
oh gosh, I think.
And a Bible.
I think both
Honey,
of-
you need Jesus.
we both need that, darling. So that
Well, I
was.
love a man that can get nailed for 3 days and come back for more.
Oh, God. Let's try not to get cancelled.
Thank you. That copyright that joke to Ruben Case or send the hate there.
Exactly.
Or
And
to
also, we can probably say a lot more in here that you can on if you're doing it on 6 o'clock TV, the news. That was the
Yes.
problem with that. I think it was. As soon as you start doing things in a bigger arena, that's when you lead to massive
pre-watershed.
problems. Yeah.
Maybe it's pre-watershed and all that stuff. If Australia has that, who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you did text me to come out on your birthday because I was dog sitting in Soho for our good friends Owen Mallon and his boyfriend James Taylor. Their dog. Well, it's not their dog. It's Owen's dog because Owen's the one that pays for him. Oh, that's opening kind of worms. Oops.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oopsies. Their dog, Jasper, who's a lovely giant golden doodle. So I was staying on 5th Street. You texted me like, oh,
Yeah, forgetting you.
la la
actually
la la
were
la.
in
Come,
Soho,
yeah, I was actually in Soho. I was like, okay, text me if you come out if you're gonna go out after the show. I think you texted me around 11:30, and I woke up on the sofa watching Two Doors Down. I was like, I'm going to bed. Sorry.
Just fucking drool.
Yeah.
That's the thing I think about staying in Soho, though. It makes you go out less. Because you're in amongst it all. You don't
Yes.
really want to go out as much.
When I
It
first-
seems like a cute idea, doesn't it? But it's actually a bit like...
When I first stayed there for a week, I was like, oh, I'm going to make the most of this. And there's like, well, I kind of, everyone who was like around was like, everyone who I would usually go out with was away. So I was like, oh, I was sitting with the dog and stuff. Because then also you feel very conscious that there's a dog that you have to look after. It's like, oh, I can't leave him alone for 2. You get very aware that you got this other thing to look after. And the thing is, actually, Jasper was looking after me while I was looking after him. So...
I think we all look after you.
Yes.
But
as you
yes.
said yesterday on my Instagram post, it takes a village to raise the beast. And I wouldn't say village, I think just a full on town.
I was going to preface that with a very large village.
Metropolitan city.
Yes. So, how are you feeling now? Because I feel like life's changed a lot for you lately. You've started new avenues of work, and you're about to move, or have you moved?
Not about to. So, listeners, you know when they say bad things come in threes?
I'm the third.
Well, that's nothing new for you, is it?
Me coming the third, or
You and your thruples.
I'm exhausted. I'm in 7.
You have to do something to be exhausted. You just lie there, don't you?
Yes. No, I don't have sex with any of them, but yes. I just be adored.
Anyway, Bunny adored. So when bad things come in threes, so a lot in the space of 2 months, lost my job, lost my house, and then now it's 2 weeks ago, my phone was stolen out of my hand.
Oh gosh, yes, we need to talk about this.
Yes,
we do.
It was stolen out of my hand. Someone mounted the curb and cycled past me in a motorized bike and snatched it right on my hand, and I was like in shock.
You weren't in Central.
No, I was in St John's Wood, which is a very lovely, safe area. There's a lot of money in St John's Wood, so that's probably why. But
I guess
you kind of think though nowadays for a phone to be snatched, it's ridiculous because everyone has a smartphone. So what are they? It's like you're not stealing anything that's brand new or something really very exclusive that no one else has. Everyone has a form of device.
I think that might be a little bit entitled to say
Probably. Yeah. Actually, to be fair, yes.
No, I'm joking. I don't understand why people don't have diamond shoes. I just
No,
don't understand.
that's all I'm saying. No, but a lot of
Gosh,
people.
it's like, do people not have sparkly shoes? No, I know
You know
what
what?
you're saying, but
You're just being a bitch.
I know,
You're.
it made me laugh. My God, they don't have the latest 15 or 14 iPhone.
But it was actually. I'm glad you're finding yourself funny because no one else is finding you funny today. This is my first podcast I've done sober, so I'm really seeing the
I know,
cracks.
it's funny, isn't it? Yeah.
Also, you've got lovely legs.
I have, what's the term? Oh, legendary legs. That's what I do. I do. They're not very long, though. But they they photograph well. They photograph well.
Yeah. Anyway, back to me. So
Thank you, Donny.
it's all right. It's all right.
This
This
is episode 30, and we've been doing it for 9-10 months. You've just noticed, but we're
hiding behind a desk most of the
Oh,
time.
that's why, aren't we? Yes.
We're not on the morning after sofa usually.
I love it.
But yeah, so phone was stolen out of my hand, and that entire week, which was the week that I was looking after Jasper, I was basically I was having PTSD the entire week. Basically, any moment where I wasn't preoccupied doing something, that same thing was rolling through my head over and over and over again. Like I couldn't stop it. It was just on a loop, and then it just got slower and slower.
Do you find that a lot? I'm not joking. I was replaying an argument I was having about 20 years ago in my head. I go, why? Is it just me that does that and replays things and kind of? It's not like I'm doing it better with resolve. It must be certain emotions that trigger things.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back to the last default of when you felt like that, I guess.
Probably.
This is obviously fresh with you.
I think the thing on PTSD is that it is a replaying of stuff over and over in your head. Our medical researcher, Dr. Rand, will correct us if we are wrong.
You mean there's not a bone in the penis?
Stop trying to make a bone in the penis happen. It's not going to happen. It doesn't exist.
Except that thing, what was it called?
Sounding.
That
does exist. Not that I've ever tried it.
Oh, God. Why would you?
Oh, no.
Anyway.
But yes, so that entire week, and I felt that entire week I was on like hyper attack or hyper defense. I couldn't feel like I was just...
Couldn't relax.
I never could relax. And also when then you're in a situation where you're living not in your own home, and you're looking after a dog, and Soho is not the quietest of places.
Oh my God.
So I was either awake or I was asleep. It was I felt really weird. I felt like I was just
not switching off, not relaxing.
Not switching off, not relaxing. And when I was sleeping, it was like crash sleep. It wasn't actually going. It wasn't rested sleep. And then any message I got was either either went on attack mode or was like hyper defensive, and it was really weird. It was really weird.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. And also, I was interrupting there because I was remembering myself. Every time I've looked after Jasper or stayed there, or my other friend's flat that used to be in Soho, Lady Alex's flat, I don't think I ever relaxed. Really, not really, because you always feel slightly like I feel like you're in a waiting room slightly. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You feel like someone's going to come in or something's going to happen. Actually helps having Jasper there. I remember someone trying to break in to that. To Owen's
really?
flat. Not break in, but I'd got in. And then
wait, hold on. Does anyone know the story?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought this is going to be the first time that you notice it.
I probably haven't explained it to him in
detail.
person, I suppose. But I probably did it over the phone. I came in late-ish. And then someone knocked on the door. So the weird bit was no one was in the street. It was dead by that point. No one was in the street, and someone literally knocked on the door about 5 seconds afterwards. I was a bit like, that's weird. Opened the door, and the guy tried to come in, I think he thought it was flats.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Jasper is the size of Godzilla.
Yeah.
So he just went, "Arf!" with this bark that scared him so much, and I literally just pushed him straight out of the door. But I think he thought it was flat still, because originally it probably was.
Yeah.
It was just weird that nobody was on the street at that moment, so I couldn't figure out where he'd come from.
Yeah.
So he must have just literally come around the corner just as I went through the door, perhaps. I don't know.
Oh
But yeah, slightly scary. But luckily, Jasper is terrifying.
Yeah.
He's got very loud bark. So better than Lady Alex's dog, which is a little white chihuahua, which would have been quite as terrifying.
Would not be as intimidating.
But I remember somebody that was flats, and I do remember someone coming into the flat somehow, and I don't know how they got in. This girl, I think they were staying upstairs, A and B, and somehow the door must have been on the latch or something. And she just appeared in the living room. It was scared. It was like The Ring. She was absolutely terrifying. That sounds vaguely racist, doesn't it? But hey ho.
Hey, you come for me being entitled, I'm going to come for you for being racist.
Obviously, yes.
So
Scared the life out of me there, because it was just literally all in black, and I was like, "Wah!"
In what flat was this?
That was Lady Alex.
Oh, okay.
Because that was same as Owen's, but like.
Wait, Lady Alex isn't one-armed Alex.
No, Lady Alex is a female burlesque producer and host of the Wham Bam Club.
Oh yes, I do remember this. Yeah. Yes,
You've never met her. But now, happily married with 2 kids. never been so scared of that strange alternative universe I've stumbled into. She came around the other day and I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But, she just brought a skateboard around the corner and she showed me, the little boy was showing me the skateboard and I was like, what strange alternative universe have I slipped into where Lady Alex is a mother of two?
She traded nipple tassels for skateboards.
Literally.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy, isn't it? Really, and I know a lot of women that are perhaps the most unmaternal people on earth. And I'm not saying Alex was top of that, but she was pretty near.
Yeah.
But then that's happened to a lot of my friends. They've kind of, I remember Jo Napthine, an actress, a musical theatre actress who I lived with at drama school, told me she was expecting twins. I laughed for about 20 minutes on the phone. But then she became this wonderful Earth mother.
Yeah.
She was this one. She still is. She's still a great mum.
I'm sure some people get their natural instincts eventually.
They do. Like when I met you, I had to up my game to being a parent.
You didn't need to up your game. You just needed security and bodyguards.
Yeah, definitely security.
You needed a team.
Oh, damn it. I should always have security with me. Right now, for starters.
You look best behind bars, to be honest.
like Digibado. Free the Weatherford one. So yes, so what I thought was going to be one day of birthday, which was going to be just the Thursday, it's kind of turned into like various days of birthdays. I went to, and that's the trouble because you have to do things for different people. I went to the cinema with another couple friends on the.
You and your couples.
I know it's
you and your couples.
It's crazy. I went to what did I see? Oh, Thanksgiving, the new horror movie. Great,
Was it good?
Great fun.
Oh, okay.
Quite in a Scream. I know what you did last summer kind of way.
I know what you did last summer.
Like Scream.
Yeah.
Scream's a bit more knowing, isn't it? I mean, we're very used to it now, but it was very knowing when it came out. As in, these are the rules of not getting killed in a horror movie.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. Bit like that. And went to see Son of a Tutu with Queera Lynn. As in, I went with Queera Lynn to see Son of a Tutu halfway on Saturday, and I thought I was going to have a little quiet night on Sunday. So let's go to Busy Lady Bingo, Sheila Simmons. But I hadn't realised he invited friends along, and loads of snacks, and talking of Doctor Who, Darren Little, who is a soap opera writer. Well, he writes many things.
He writes EastEnders.
EastEnders, Coronation Street as well. He wrote the TV movie The Road to Coronation Street about 10 years ago, which is a bit like the Doctor Who One Adventures in Space and Time, where it's the making of the TV show. And I love those things.
Oh.
I love those backstage stories of 60s TV particularly. Or like Russell T Davies's Nolly as well. It was, the Noel Gordon Crossroads one.
Oh, yes.
But he's been so sweet. And I don't see Darren very often, but he'd got me this message from Russell T Davies wishing me a happy birthday, which is possibly the most upstaging gift I've ever had. I was like, that's the sweetest thing.
It's like the year Murray Lane got me a birthday video message from Patti LuPone herself.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Yeah.
That is
I still have on my phone. I share it every year. It's literally her going, because Murray, if you're one of Murray's boys, West End musical theatre boys, if you know Murray Lane, if you're in his inner circle of friends, he'll give you a nickname. And mine is Man Beast.
Fair.
So I've got a video of Patti LuPone going, "Happy birthday, Man Beast."
I've not seen this.
I'll show you it after.
I've not known you since your birthday, that's why.
Yes.
That's why.
Oh, this was a birthday, like when she was doing Company.
No, but I've not seen you. I've not known you as when you've had a birthday.
Yes.
So
times have changed.
Yes. So we're coming up to your birthday soon at the end of December, aren't we?
Yes, we are. In the Gooch of Christmas. I don't know what accent that was. Where was I from?
That definitely needs to be something. That needs to be a title of a play, The Gooch of Christmas.
The Gooch of Christmas. It could be. It sounds like a horror film.
It does. It does.
Really maybe. What's the murderer's motive?
I don't know.
I thought you were about to do something about he hates Gooches or he only strikes every year in the Gooch of Christmas.
He only kills unnatural blondes.
She or they?
I've been an unnatural blonde for 30 years. It's fine.
Yes. Or a redhead by our.
Yes, you can't see the picture.
You can't see the picture. You can't.
If you're watching on YouTube, not this is an audio format, obviously. So,
sometimes I do forget, being like, because we have cameras, and go, actually, audio is the most popular version.
And you know what? We never actually talk to our listeners. We never address them. I realised on the journey in today, we never talk to them. We just talk at each other.
Oh.
So I thought, like,
So, listeners,
Yes.
take 30 seconds now. How are you doing? What's been good for you today? Who'd you like more, me or Bunny? There's a right answer.
there is me.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. See that they can listen to that and they can replay that, and they feel like the Beast is taking interest in something else apart from himself. Oh, I like daytime.
Fair enough, actually. Fair.
No, I did.
If you can't be interested in yourself, how can you be interested in anybody else?
That's
Gotta
a
get a gay man.
wonderful and completely wrong
No,
bastardization
it really,
of a term.
it really is. And I am not that self-involved. Okay.
That's called dead air, listeners. I'm teasing massively because it's very early in the morning and it's funny.
Because I haven't had no gin and I don't have the energy to clap back.
I know. All the charisma, all the intelligence, all the...
Wow, you have nerve. If only you had talent.
Oh, no, I've got by the last 30 years with absolutely no talent at all. Well, I have a tiny bit of talent. I have a lot of charisma and apparently stupidity for carrying on. That's the only thing I can put all this down to.
Yeah.
And to never giving up and never stopping.
Delusion.
It's like an out of control train now.
Yeah.
I have no choice. And every time I try to stop Bunny Glory, it's been literally steak, hammer.
I literally imagine this in like a West End show now where it would be you, Martin Ramsden, and Bunny Galore in a scene and you'd full on like mud wrestle each other or literally trying to kill each other.
Enough of your fantasies. Stop it.
No, that's just Aidan and Roddy's fantasy.
Actually, fair. That's pretty true.
Shout out to Aidan and Roddy.
Shout out to Roddy, yes. By the way, so the trouble with Sunday night was that Joel Ryder, a friend
Prince
of
of
mine,
Soho.
Prince of Soho.
Yes. He's very well known in the Soho
Yeah, he really is.
area.
It's really hard to go out with him. It's a bit like Murray Lane. If you go out with Joel or Murray, you can't go 2 meters without someone stopping you.
Yeah.
Even more than me. It's kind of like, not that the general public know me, but you know a lot of people that, you know.
Yes.
So apparently, I am a bit cursed on a night out. Because Joel ended up slipping when we were at Q-Bar on the dance floor, banging his head. I missed all of this. I was in the bathroom at the time, I think. I came out to like, where's Joel? Turned around, he was on the other side of the room with security giving him a drink and was like, oh my God, has he been sick? Why are they hassling him? I hadn't realised at that point he fell and bumped his head. And the longer story shorter is concussion.
He's concussed.
Yeah, so was
he vomiting?
He ended up, in the neck, but not until like 5 a.m. Because I went back to their flat afterwards and I was checking, going, you sure you're okay? You haven't got any, trying to remember what the symptoms of concussion was. And then going, it was fine when I left them. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Me and Roddy went home. And the next day, that's when it started, about 5 a.m. So he ended up in casualty. So that's Aidan, appendicitis after being to Manchester Pride with me. Alex, Pride, managed to fall over. I left him alone in a normal bar, apparently. Silly me. And then Joel's the same. So it's like, so apparently you will end up in A&E if you go with Bunny.
Which is why we've not gone out together, because I'm accident prone enough as it is.
Yeah, exactly. No,
And when you say concussion, I was like,
no, it's
actually,
funny,
I'm like,
isn't it?
what? This is a question for Dr. Ranch. Or any medical listeners out there, if you know the symptoms of a concussion, please do get in touch, because I just use the word concussed as a general term, but I actually don't know what that entails.
Well, luckily, because I guess, well, same, darling, because I didn't know really. Well, I knew what it was, but I've never had it, so therefore.
Yeah.
So he had bump on head, feeling sick, nauseous if he kind of moved his head. I don't know if he passed out. And the best thing, Kieran, his partner, took him to A&E, and then he fainted when Joel was on the gurney because he was shattered. And they were both quite tipsy baked potatoes. I'd sobered up quite a lot. They weren't, because I was aware I had to take Aidan to a checkup the next day in full dad mode. So I was like, I'm very aware I have to sober up. They hadn't. So yeah, I love the fact that, which the nurses rushing to help Kieran up while Joel's strapped to the gurney. And he really is. He's full on strapped to the gurney with two like white pieces of foam around his head with red tape around it.
This could be a sketch show. Take someone to hospital and then they faint and then need more medical attention than the patient.
Which hot blonde do you want to go after? Like the one on the floor or the one on the ground? That one made me howl. It literally like a sketch, camera pans up and you kind of see the just go.
They do that a lot in like in sitcoms when there's a birthing scene and then the husband faints and then they get him into his own hospital room, etc.
Exactly, all of that. Mad, isn't it? Yeah. So be careful where you go if Anika, because she will that end up in casualty.
She is a black widow.
I know, exactly.
So, on that note, if you're going to be an inanimate object in the Beast Castle today, what would you be and why?
Oh, defibrillator. That's it.
Oh.
As in clear. That one. I think I need to keep one in a handbag at all times.
I think I'd be a gurney because I love it when men are strapped to me.
That's the only way they're going to stay around.
True.
Oh,
and listeners,
God,
if you were going to be an animate object in the Beast Castle today, what would you be and why? Let us know in the comments. And we shall see you next week.